Sorry about that. That last video cut off. I ran out of space right there at the end. I had to change some stuff around. All right, that was hole number 8 on the last one. We're on hole number 9 of the Skyline Cup tournament in Wednesday's qualifying round. Hole number 8 is a rough with lower developed clubs. I'll tell you right now, it doesn't matter whether you have lower developed clubs or upper developed clubs. Hole number 8 is a tough hole. Hole number 9. Okay, this is definitely, okay, here's the problem. It's definitely going to take a kingmaker. We need every single bit of a power 3 ball. And I'm trying to get my landing area to be somewhere like right in that spot right there. Somewhere in this range where I've got plenty of room on the left, plenty of room on the right, and I'm right in the middle of this fairway area. And I'm putting on max left-hand side spin, max left-hand curl, and I'm trying to bring it back out into the course. Now, when you're setting this shot up, you know, I'm trying to pinch myself because the wind here is going in this direction. So, if the wind's going in this direction, and let's say it was going 3 miles per hour, and we've got an extra mile, and so for most of you, an extra mile is going to be roughly 2 per ring, so that's a 1.5 rings. All right, and you've got your yellow ring right up against the fringe right there, right up against it. Now, normally I tell you to always be two rings off of any transitional surface, but the wind is pushing you in this direction. So you've got that ring there is going to get pushed out 1.5 rings, and it's going to end up being right here. So if we pinch ourselves down here, I want to get right along this transitional line, as right up to my red line with my center ring right on that transitional line between the fairway and the rough. And so what's going to happen is, without any overpower whatsoever, the wind itself is going to push me out into the fairway. I don't have to do anything. The wind's just going to push me out there. And once it pushes me out into this spot, if I hit a grate to the left, guess what? I'm still in the fairway. If I hit a grate to the right, guess what? I'm still in the fairway. Now, a grate to the right is problematic because you're putting on left-hand side spin and left-hand curl, and if you don't have a lot of curl in your club, the further out to the right you get, the more you have to work to get past this rough. If you hit a grate to the left and you had a club that had lots of backspin, you take the risk of then clipping the rough over here. But usually the grate on the inside is not a problem. It's the grate on the outside that's the problem. So we were trying to make sure we leave ourselves enough room for a grate on the left or the right and still be able to clear this rough over here on the right-hand side if we hit it to the right. Now, that's pretty easy to do with an upper level if you've got an upper level extra mile, because an upper level extra mile with a 3 power ball, you can reach that other side without any overpower. I definitely want to take a big dog. So this all boils down to the drive shot. If you hit the drive shot and you make the drive shot up there, then you've got a second shot. If you don't hit the drive shot and you end up in the rough, you don't have a second shot. You're going to be looking at birdie on this hole. This is an easy hole to eagle if you make the drive. If you don't make the drive shot, you're sunk. The problem with lower level accounts is ball guide. So we're going to be coming into this with a big dog, and a big dog doesn't exactly give us tons of ball guide so that we can see exactly where the ball is going to go. My optimal goal is that you can see the 4 tree shadows, and the one with the little shadow that sticks out. I'd like to be somewhere in that transitional. I'd like to be in between the shadows from the second tree and the third tree, somewhere in that range. Closer up towards the shadow is better, and I'm going to be closer up towards the shadow in this account because this club doesn't have that much curl. So, oh, they're in big trouble. Let's see if this club can even make it over. Okay, curl here is super important. Okay, so it's going to hit it out. So I'm going to have to put a little bit of overpower on it just to get it out into the fairway there. So max curl and some overpower. Hit it great on the inside, which is good for me because it's better to hit it great to the left here. As long as I can clear that zone, because I'm trying to make it over that. And as long as you can make it to the first shadow, if you run a big dog, you got a shot. Ideally, you want to get up here into this range where you're in the second, in between the second and the third shadow. But with a big dog from where I'm at, I can make that by using this island. What a big dog doesn't give you is ball guide, but what a big dog does give you is tons of topspin and tons of curl. So you can do a lot of stuff with a big dog. It's just its accuracy and its ball guide are not good. And that ball guide never really gets good. It gets better, but not much. Alright, so we can get over from here. Couple topspin. I don't want to go too far, and that's probably maybe too much topspin. It's 2.5 per ring, so that leaves me 7, so that's about a ring and a third. Ring and a quarter, somewhere in that neighborhood. Hit it great to the right. I snap that off. Now it's all about this topspin. If I got too much speed on it, stay on the, okay. All right, I got myself a shot at eagle there. It felt like that 2 topspin was going to roll me a little past it, so that's definitely a 1 topspin. But that's that area out there when you're in that lower shadow is probably where I'm going to end up in most cases, because it's that club just doesn't have enough curl. And the lower you hit down there, the more chance you take if you hit it great to the inside, great to the left, that you're going to clip the rough at the beginning of the shot. And you don't want to do that. It's better to just be in that shadow and take the shot that I took right there, get your birdie and go home. But we still have some work to do, so the birdie is not guaranteed yet. Come straight at it. Hit it great to the left. In the hole. So pretty clean round. Shot a minus 13. Did I shoot a minus 13? Minus 12. Minus 12. Nice and easy round. Couple recovery shots. Had to do a little bit of recovery on 8 and 9 right there. Just hitting from the fringe. But pretty clean round overall with pretty basic clubs. So the thing that helped me out on all of those holes right there is knowing my wind ring numbers. So I know which clubs I have. I'm very familiar with the clubs that I've got in my bag. I've chose those clubs for a reason, and I'm trying to emulate what you'd get it with upper level clubs. So what I'm getting with my big dog is a lot of what I'm getting with my sniper. I'm getting great topspin, I'm getting great curl. What I'm not getting is the accuracy in the ball guide. I've got some power here, but I'm missing that accuracy in the ball guide, and I'm less concerned really about the accuracy than the ball guide. The ball guide on a big dog is definitely the concern, but that's the best thing that I have going, because I've only been playing Tour 4, and so I don't have any other options down there. My Saturn is a great utility club, and I'm using the Kingfisher because it has the best accuracy. And really, I find in most holes what I'm looking for is I don't use topspin with my short iron. I use one backspin, sometimes just a little bit more, but this club fits the bill for what I normally use with a short iron. And so I'm not really worried about upgrading the other ones until I get a Hornet, and then I'll start upgrading the Hornet until I can get a higher accuracy. But I'm going to stick with the Kingfisher until I can get the Hornet at a higher accuracy than the Kingfisher. Firefly, I'm going to stick with the Firefly until I get the Rapier because of that topspin. Because on some of those holes I can dial that in, and I've got great ball guide. So those are the two things I'm looking for with my wedge, is great ball guide and great topspin. This helps me out when I'm close. The accuracy hurts me when I'm far away. So it's at 2.4, so that's 2.5, 2.6 per ring. It's not real accurate. But just picking good clubs for your account so that when you're in these tournaments, you've got the clubs that'll get the job done, and you know the numbers for your club. You can get pretty good scores with just basic clubs. All right, that was hole number 9 of the Skyline Cup tournament and Wednesday's qualifying round of the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.